Good evening. Calling to order Tuesday, July 25th, board meeting to order. Roll call, Ms. Cindy.
Ms. Richards?
Present.
Mr. Toller?
Here.
Ms. Abrams?
Here.
Mr. Westmoreland?
Present.
Mr. Duncan?
Here.
Mr. Anthony?
Here.
Mr. Moore?
Here.
Mr. Piazza?
Here.
Ms. Dominguez?
Present. Okay. Mr. Joy, would you lead us in the pledge tonight?
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. At this time, item C, consider approval of board minutes of July the 11th, 2023.
I motion to approve the board minutes for July 11th, 2023.
Second.
It's been motioned in second.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes. Okay. Any questions? No questions? Okay, call to vote.
Voting is open.
Thank you. Yes, Ms. Cindy?
You said yes.
You did. Said yes.
Voting is closed. Motion passes unanimously.
Okay.
Madam President, move at this time to waive the rules so that we can add an agenda item to our agenda.
Second.
Okay. It's been motioned in second to add an agenda item. Tom?
This motion requires unanimous consent.
Okay. It's been
Voting
motioned
is
in
open. Oh, voting is open.
to add an item to the agenda.
Voting is closed. Motion passes unanimously.
Move at this time to add to our agenda consideration of the Capital Outlay Committee of the Whole report of July the 25th. This would just be a motion to add it to the agenda.
Second. Second.
Second by Mr. Moore.
Me.
Second by Mr.
Tom?
You know.
Either one of you? Okay. You had that deep voice down there, Mr. Westman.
We look alike.
Yeah. Mr. Toller. Second by Mr. Toller. Okay.
Call for a vote.
Call for a vote.
Voting is open. Voting is closed. Motion passes unanimously.
And then when you get to it, I'll have one more waiver, but we can do the July 11th meeting first.
Okay. All right. Consider committee reports. Capital Outlay Committee of the Whole, July the 11th. Can I get a motion? Mr. Toller.
Second.
Second, Mr. Duncan.
Mr. Toller. Mr. Duncan.
Call to vote.
Voting is open. Voting is closed. Motion passes unanimously.
Okay.
And, Madam President, before we take up the Capital Outlay Committee report of July the 25th, would make a motion to waive the rules requiring, under policy BBC, requiring that the report lay over for 24 hours.
Second.
Okay, it's been motion and second to waive the rules of 24 hours.
Policy BC, excuse me.
I believe it's BBC.
BDC.
Let me double check if you're going to put it in the minutes. Yes, BBC.
Would you repeat your motion?
Yes,
Mr.
so the
Dunn?
motion is to waive the rules under policy BBC related to publishing of the committee report and laying over for 24 hours. So need a second.
Okay. Tom second.
Okay, we'll call the question.
Okay. I was waiting on Cindy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Voting
She's
is
looking.
open.
Yeah.
Voting is closed. Motion passes unanimously.
And finally, move to adopt the committee report of July the 25th.
Okay. Second by Ms. Dominguez.
Voting is open.
Because it was, before she calls it, because it was added, ask if there's any public input.
Okay. Is there any public input?
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Voting is closed. Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, board actions. Update on 2023 Southern Region Conference held at Hot Springs, Arkansas, where myself, Janice Richards, and Ms. Rose Dominguez attended. Let it go into record. The conference was a very, very informative conference. They spoke on subjects like safeguarding schools against threats. One that I found that was just so interesting was Generation Z is here, and they bought the A1 with them. That was really, really good. And just the different personalities and how we as the boomers have to come into reality and accept the different personalities and the makeup of our children, and kind of not be so closed-minded. And as the children say, old-fashioned, we do have to listen to them. So that was really, really interesting. Also, we had a very good keynote speaker, Mr. Sam Glenn, and he was saying, be the difference. Be the difference. One person can make a difference. When we think that we're so overwhelmed with the job that we do, it's important. You are valued, and you're making a difference for these children and know that and be confident in what we're doing. So it was a very, very good conference, and we like it to go into records. Thank you. At this time, we'll have the superintendent's reports and recommendations.
Thank you, Madam President. Item 4A, I would ask the board to consider referring these policies to our policy committee. A, consider approval to refer policies DFI, admissions and gate receipts, JCDB, student dress code, EBBB, school and student safety, EDCB, carpool and bus line safety, IDCJ, continuous learning, JB, attendance, JBD, student absences and excuses, CBAD, teleconference remote participation in school board meetings, BCBI, public participation in school board meetings, and JGCD, administration of medications, all these to the policy committee.
I move to refer them to committee.
A second.
Okay, been moved in second. Any questions?
Do we have any of these proposals, the proposed changes yet, or?
They have those? Cindy?
No, I just got them from Forethought,
Right.
so I'm just getting them referred. But yes, we have them, Mr. Toller.
Any other questions? Call to vote.
Voting is open.
He's not getting it. Got it. Got it. Okay.
Voting is closed. Motion passes unanimously.
Superintendent's report, item B. Yesterday, Mr. McNeely and I visited the D.C. Reeves Elementary School classroom wing, so we would ask the board to consider approval of the substantial completion certificate for the D.C. Reeves Elementary School classroom wing addition by Brunt Construction Incorporated.
Make a motion to accept.
Second.
Ms. Rose? Mr. Joy? Second. Any questions? Mr. Moore?
Okay, and I guess these,
Your mic is not on.
yes, I do. I see about 6 or 7 pages here with the list of items that look like cleanup and touch-up items, the punch-out items. And I'm wondering, are these additional costs that they're asking us to pay? You know, because all of this sounds like things that would be included in the contract.
I'll invite Mr. Pierre Terrio with the architects to come and explain the holdbacks on those.
Okay.
So to answer your question, Mr. Moore, no, they're not added costs, none of them. What the punch list value is intended to be is to be a holdout of money that is held until these items are completed so that they can get their substantial completion certificate. So it's substantial completion is defined when the building is ready to be occupied and used by the owner. So the things that are outstanding are mostly touch-up and cosmetic things that need to get fixed, and it's not things that'll hold up the owner from occupying the building, so.
So all of these values are values that were assigned to this punch-out list before you guys started to actually complete it? Or
No.
they're your values that you placed on each item that was completed?
That's right. Well, the way it works is when the contractor notifies us that he's ready for substantial completion, we go in and do a punch list review, and we document every little thing that we see that still needs to be done or corrected or whatnot, and then we assign values to those, and then those values are held until all of those items are completed, and then the owner can release the money to the contractor.
Once they complete them, they release the rest of the money to them.
Yeah, I just wanted to make it clear, because it appeared in the summary that it was a possible addendum that it raised the cost.
No, nothing raised
Yeah.
the cost. No.
Okay, any other questions? Call to vote.
Voting is open. Voting is closed. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Item 4C, Mr. McNeely and I also visited Champ Cooper, and we'd asked the board to consider approval of the substantial completion certificate for Champ Cooper Phase 1 Classroom Addition by Frank A. Anzalone, General Contractor, LLC.
I'll make a motion to accept. Ms. Rose?
Second.
Second by Trent. Any questions? Call to vote.
Voting is open. Voting is closed. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Item 4D, we would like to introduce to the board and the public tonight the Tangipahoa Parish School System's new app that we're using, rolling out for notifications and communications with stakeholders. And we have Ms. Dina Spears here tonight with technology, and something that her team has been working on to get ready for the rollout of the new school year. She's going to show us about how to download and some of the features of the app. Ms. Spears?
Good evening. If it's acceptable, I'll stand here so I can work with the camera. I believe you can see it on your screen. It's on the big screen. So, hot off the presses, we have a new Tangi Schools app. It is for download in the iPhone App Store and the Google Play Store for Android devices. I just got the notice today at 3, so all the stars aligned so that I could show you this tonight. Yeah. So this is what it looks like. It's the Tangi Schools, this little blue app right here with our logo on it. So once you open it, it's automatically going to open to what's called the home screen. And you'll see events that we have on our district calendar, and you'll see announcements at the top that we have on our website. So this is the Final Site app. So what we put on our website flows directly into this app. And the way it's laid out, the only thing we don't have any control over is that home page. That home page is always going to show events and announcements from the district. Okay? So if you notice across the bottom of the app, I know the lighting's not the greatest, but next to this home button is a news. a news,
I don't think we can see that part
I don't.
on the
know.
computers. You might want to move it up.
it's down there, it's the lights in this
It's the
room.
light. You can try it.
There it is.
Can
There
you
it
see
is.
that? All right, so you can see the icons across the bottom. This is what's called the app menu. So we have home, and then we have news, family toolkit, events, and more. So right now we're on the home screen. So if let me move this down. Across the top are our announcements. So these swipe. So it's going to show all the announcements that we have on our website. And if you tap it, then it gives you an explanation and a link to go see more information. So if I tap Learn More, it takes them out to our website where this information is. So the app, we can customize the app to take them where we want on the website. It's just an easier way for them to navigate and find information. And we can put front and center what we want them to see. So if I go back to the app, I can hit at the top, I can hit this little back arrow. It's going to take me back to my home screen. So they can scroll through announcements on the home page. On the news menu, I'm going to tap the news menu. So this right now, I'm showing all the news from the district, okay? Because I don't have a child at a school, so I just want to see district news. So maybe I'm a community member and I want to keep up with the district. But at the top, there is a filter. So you can see at the top of the news, there's this filter. And by default, when you download the app, come on, all of these are going to be turned on. So you will be seeing all of the news that all schools have on their website. Okay? So parents can come in here and they can turn on Amite Elementary. They're going to turn off everything but the schools they want to see. And they're all just toggles. So you toggle them on and off for whatever news you want to see. And all of our schools have a website, so all of them have news in the app right now. All right, so at the bottom in the middle, I put the family toolkit, because the family toolkit on our website houses everything we need them to know. And so we always are leading our people to the family toolkit. So when I tap on this family toolkit, it takes them out to the website, to the family toolkit. And so right now we have it laid out. Under the helpful tools, it's going to be what's a hot topic. So you can see right now we have important dates. That's the meet and greets. So if parents are trying to make plans, they could come in here and tap it, and it's going to open up all the meet and greets and the open houses that schools have given us dates and times. So they can very easily get to that information.
And all of that's already on the events page.
Yes. All right, so let me go back to my toolkit. Also, we have the school supply lists. So as those are coming in to us, we are adding them here. And there's our list of school supply lists. Pay fees is front and center. So when they come in the app and tap on the pay a fee, it's going to take them to our page that tells them about School Cash Online for school fees, and it tells them about My School Bucks for the cafeteria fees. And there's also directions for how they get both of those accounts created. And then if they keep scrolling in the family toolkit, as you're probably familiar with, there's a whole alphabetized directory, and we link things there that people may be looking for. So we thought the family toolkit was pretty important, so we made it its own item on the menu in the app. And so the next one is events. So this is all of the school calendars, the district and school calendars. And just like with the news, there's a filter. So I can go to the filter. And by default, when you get the app, every one of them are turned on. So families can turn off the ones that they don't need and turn on the ones that they want to see events for. And we work with the schools to keep all of this information updated. All right, and then the last one at the bottom is the More button. So we can put anything else here that we think is important. So right now we have pay a fee again at the top. Enroll a student takes them to our enrollment page on the website. They have all the information they need for enroll a student. We have the academic calendar. Our student and parent handbook, once it's published, will be there. We'll post the cafeteria menus. And then most importantly, one of the main reasons for the app is that we can send notifications directly to their phones through the app. So if you notice at the top it says notifications, if I tap on notifications, it's asking me, do you want to turn on notifications? So I'm going to turn on the notifications, and I have to allow it. And then I am going to subscribe to the TPSS announcements. So we're going to make some screen recordings of the app so that we can put directions out there for families and show them how to download the app and turn on the notifications and filter for the school's events and news that they want to see. But we are excited. We think it's going to be a better way to communicate with our families and for them to get the information that's needed. And you can go download it right now in the App Store or the Google Play Store.
Thank you, Dina.
So, any questions?
I want to add here a note that I attended a school board conference, and this early, I think it was in the spring, I can't remember exactly which one, but one of the speakers was about, school crisis and emergency situations, and how a district having an app is another way to help push out notifications, because when parents change phone numbers, they usually they can download the app on any phone that they have, any smartphone. Right. And it's just another way to push out information to families. And it was something, I think at one time years ago, we had an app, I believe.
We did.
But I came back and shared that with the technology team, Dina, and she began immediately working to make it happen. I think it's beautiful. And I think it's not only going to help us push out notices and important information, but it's also another way that families can just conveniently pay fees or find out dates and information very quickly.
Yes, and in the next week or two, we're going to be advertising and marketing the app so that families will go get the app. We're going to put out those videos for how they filter and subscribe to the notifications. Because in order to receive the notifications, that's an action they have to take. So we're going to encourage them to do that so they can receive all the information we're sending.
Yeah, employment.
I have a question as well. I think currently we have a app for transportation. Is this going to kind of take the place of that? Will they be able to follow those bus schedules?
No, sir. That's another app. That's a different app.
It'd be nice if we can merge them too eventually. Yeah.
We could link that information, that gives them the information about that app in this app. And it would just take them to show them how to download that app.
Right.
School bus information.
Oh, yeah, but
It links to school board information, and then I guess from there.
Are you ready for us to share this with people, or you said you were waiting?
Yes. Yeah, it's there. I mean, I went and checked it on a phone that I didn't already have. You can find it in the App Store. So, yes, you can share it with people.
Just setting that up and everybody's too long.
Yes.
Does the download require any personal information so that they automatically become a part of the school?
You have to have an account with either the App Store, the Apple Store, or the Google Play Store. You have to have that account set up for your device.
So does that automatically set that number that they're actually using to download that app? Does that set them up to receive all of the notifications?
If they subscribe to those notifications, if they go turn them on once they install the app, then they'll get those notifications to the device that the app is installed on.
For instance, a parent has an accident for a child. it, will you be able to notify the parent through this app?
We can't send it to specific people. It goes to everybody who has installed the app and subscribed, turn on the notifications.
All right. So I was just
Yeah,
thinking
so it's-
about, parents who
Right.
changed their numbers and then we
Right.
don't have a number and so
But
just
a
thinking.
ball advisory at one school can be sent out.
That is
Right.
correct. That is correct.
Who's going to be in charge of sending these notifications? You? Okay. I'm not trying to like make a joke, but
Right now it's me, and I will say this, right now, we just have TPSS announcements. The program has the capability for us to create a list for every school, but then we have to train someone at the school who wants to send those notifications. So right now, there's a person at every school who uses JCall. That's the J Campus broadcast. So they can send out notifications through JCall, email, a phone call, or a text message already. This would be an additional place they could go and send out a notification.
gotcha.
So as soon as we get, this rolling and we have parents subscribing, then I'm gonna work with one school, because this is new for all of us. So we're gonna see how that works with the school, and then we'll create all these school lists and we'll train somebody at the school to be able to send out those notifications
Gotcha.
for their
And-
school.
The notification's just going to be, they'd have to allow them, number one, and they're going to pop up like any other notification, I suppose.
It does pop up on your cell phone.
Will you have a record of how many people have downloaded it?
We can see how many people have installed the app.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
And last but not least, I'm just going to suggest that if this is going to be used for emergency purposes and other things, I think we should be kind of conservative with how many times we actually send a notification. I'd save it for the more
Exactly.
important stuff,
Exactly.
Otherwise, they're just going to disregard when they see it come
That's
up.
right. Or they're gonna go turn it off, because I don't
Right.
want that many notifications.
Exactly.
Yes.
I don't really have a comment, but a question, but I have a comment. I just want to say hats off to the Spears. It's amazing. I've looked through it, and we've come a long way from sitting in front of the TV screen waiting on the news at 1 o'clock in the morning to see if school's going to be open. So hats off to you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
don't
long time
remember
coming.
that.
Thank
Oh,
you.
I do.
You do.
I do. I do. No, man.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Spears.
Yes, thank you. Excellent.
Excellent, excellent, yes. At this time, personal privileges, Ms. Rose?
Yes, thank you so much. It is great. We had one way back and then it outdated and yeah, this is so great. It'll be so much more convenient for all of us. I did have one question before we moved on from it. So if we don't have a child at school, it doesn't matter? If a grandparent wants it, anybody can do it?
Yes, because you can do the district notifications and the district news and events.
Okay, yeah, I just set mine up, but I mean, I didn't, like a grandparent may want to know something.
Yes.
Okay, perfect, that's great. I just wanted to circle back on what Ms. Janice was talking about, our leadership conference we had in Hot Springs. It was amazing. We did get some great lessons, and one of the scariest things and the newest things in the world is the AI, which is taking over. And it was a little scary to think that you could actually do everything you wanted by telling the AI, write me a letter about Punch List Strawberry Festival, and it will write the letter for you. You don't have to do anything. So that's good and bad because it's taken away from the thought process of our children and us. So it was a little scary to learn some of the things that we learned, and we also did a major class on the security, cybersecurity, house security, and that's also scary. But we really learned a lot about that this time, and so I guess the way of the world is right now. People can hack. Even though we asked a while ago, was things secure? It's as secure as it can possibly be, right, Ms. Dina? I mean, we do the best we can, so it was a great opportunity. So I appreciate the opportunity to go, and we really enjoyed learning all the things that we needed to catch up on and hopefully share with y'all as we go.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes, I'm very impressed with that app. I like it. I looked through it, followed you, and it's even old people can go through it and figure it out. It's very easy.
It's on the phone. As long as it's on the phone.
That's right. That's right. And as I'm seeing it's the end of July, 2 weeks we'll be back in school with everybody. So everybody getting ready, getting nervous. This is a good information here. We can keep up with all our meet and greets and all of that. So download the app so you'll stay tuned as to what's going on at your school. Thank you.
More? Duncan?
Good.
Good? Trent?
I'm good.
Oh, I'm going to say we want to thank Independence Community. This past Saturday, we all came together to help Coach Travis clean up the Tiger Den and the stadium, and he's being really a warm welcome to him for Independence High football team. I think he's going to do great things there, and the community was excited to help him, and we want to thank the community for coming out. We had the mayor there, the chief of police, the chief of the fire department. A lot of people came out and helped with getting it cleaned up. They donated a few hours here and there and supplies and cleaned out the Tiger Den. So I think it's going to be really exciting for him to start. I think he's doing a great job with our football team. So hopefully we're going to have a great football season.
I want to start by saying thank you for the pastor who came in and gave that wonderful prayer, because it hit every note. Right now, teachers are preparing their classrooms. They're getting excited about the upcoming school year. They're also freaking out, kind of figuring out what their curriculum is going to be and their plans. So if you know a teacher, please reach out and make sure they're okay, because I know they're probably stressing out that summer's coming to an end. I want to thank the maintenance workers for all their hard work over the summer, and all of our contractors and people that have made a lot of our projects go smoothly over the summer. They worked very hard over the summer to get the buildings back in order and all that good stuff. Thank you, Ms. Spears, for the app. I think it's going to be wonderful for the incoming people coming into our school system and people who've been here. And finally, I want to say we had the new teacher orientation this week, and I was very excited to see the amount of teachers that were there and the excitement that was shown through the photos. And I just want to say, God bless them. I hope they have a wonderful school year and they learn a lot and they stick with it.
I was going to just mention to the board, off of Mr. Piazza's comment, that we did have our new teacher orientation. Well, it's this week. We started Monday. I went out and greeted them and had a talk with them on Monday. That first day focused a lot on social emotional learning, and just really, even though we're charged with teaching children and getting them proficient, really talking with our teachers that day about seeing each child and really knowing who they are as a person, and that was the focus for Monday. And that we had the teachers do exit tickets or feedback after that first day, and we had some exceptional feedback. In fact, I'm going to share that link with the board because I want y'all to see some of the wonderful comments that they had about just really understanding each child as a person, and seeing them and helping them to excel in school. So it was just really great. And we had about 170 new teachers, so it was a big crowd. And we had it in the Kiva Southeastern. It was a full room, and then all of our district team was there. It was just amazing to see it, our new teachers, and then all of our district team around that room to support them and be there for them. We also have a direct, Miss Evelyn Showers, who's our new coordinator of HR, is going to be their direct liaison anytime this year that they have a challenge at their school that they want us to help resolve. They can reach out directly to her, and she will bring it to our attention, and we can get that resolved. She'll be kind of like their personal contact. She'll be in touch with them all year, just checking on them and seeing how things are doing. So we have a excellent support system and structure for teachers as they begin their first year here. Also, I just wanted to let the board know that that we have asked the pastors in our community and their congregations throughout this parish to be praying for our children and the start of school, for our teachers as we begin this new year. And, you know, there's nothing like the community out there praying for our children. And so I just wanted to encourage that as we begin another school year.
Thank you. I'd just like to say that I'm just still full about the summer graduation. That was just so amazing to me, and I want to shout out to the students who stayed the course and the parents who kept them motivated, and I think that they just embraced one of life's lessons, that things don't always play out the way we plan, and we've got to stick to it and stay in the game until we achieve. And that's what our children did, and I was so proud that they showed up, and it was just so awesome to see all the way from the north end all the way down to Ponchatoula, the students that participated, and they all had on their cap and gowns and the different colors. It was just a coming together, and we were just so proud of you. And on that note, we just want to say to the parents, please update the information so that the schools can get with you and stay on top of the children and the test scores so that we will know and we won't wait till last minute. But again, I just want to say hats off to the children for participating and staying the course. Anything else? If not, this concludes our meeting for tonight.